Hey Future Us! This is going to be our first video. We are going to be keeping track of our house and how it's coming together because we just kind of bought a house.
Well, we're in the last week of July and we did all the paperwork in April. So I don't know
Hence
if we just
the
bought
kind
it.
of. No, but it's kind of. I feel like it's kind of because we haven't actually closed. And until we actually close, then I feel like there's going to be more responsibility there.
Yeah, I'm just excited. We're actually standing in our next door neighbor's garage because it's really hot outside. I don't know if you already heard me say it, but it's like 96 degrees, probably hotter now.
It's supposed to be around 107 today. Talk about heat stroke.
So we came out to check on the house, on the lot, I guess, again today. And we just arrived a moment ago. It's pretty much where it was a week ago. They started digging in the pre-phase, so that means we don't have permits yet. But actually, as of Friday, the 27th?
The 27th.
On the 27th, we got an email saying that the house was released for construction. That means that they should start making the trenches the proper depth. They should have the plumbing in place. But we'll see. They'll probably do that during the week when we're at work. We're going to be coming in and checking in the site as often as we possibly can.
And of course, we'll be recording the most we can because we want to be able to look back and see the whole process.
Yeah.
It should be fun.
We literally have a pile of gravel outside, some trenches dug, and we're trying to be sneaky and get a few more inches into the garage so that that's fine. You guys, because it's us, we're talking to ourselves, right? This is the whole point of this video.
God.
Which, by the way, this is also going to be our first video. Go easy on us, future us, because we don't even know the programs we're using. V found some programs that we might be using. We've got Premiere, but we want to start off with something a little bit simpler and then maybe do some more advanced
So don't
editing
judge
later.
because I'm pretty sure that these videos are going to be interesting to say the least.
And we're probably, I don't know if you've noticed, pretty nervous. So it's just kind of awkward doing these first shots. It was only a couple of years ago when she was recording me at the office, and
But I'm always on the
I
other
didn't
side
like
of the
it.
camera. I'm recording. It's like the whole marketing thing. I was behind the camera making stuff look good. And now I'm on the other side and there's really no hope.
You could say we're hopeless. Okay, so that's it for our intro. We're going to be refining and adding a little bit here and there, but we want to focus on each of the construction phases and just kind of walk us along through every step of the process. So we're going to try to be thorough. We're going to try to include some of the emails and some of the information that come our way, just so that you can see how generic or not it was, because years down the road, I know you have a really good memory, but I don't. This will just be a vague moment that happened.
And I think it's also going to be good because we've been trying to watch and consume all sorts of videos about people being in the same place that we are right now with the construction and purchasing a new build, and we haven't necessarily found something that really spoke to us and made us feel better about the whole process. Although we know that everything is going to be fine, it's just still a little nerve-wracking. But I am a worrywart, there's that. And I think that if I was able to see something from the very beginning, just raw, almost unfiltered, I think it would make me feel better. And if I can do that to help, even if it's future me later on.
She didn't disclose she was a worrywart when we were first dating, FYI.
Okay, you know what? It's in the fine print.
Hey, but you know what? Actually, I think it's been pretty stress-free, considering that if we were buying, traditionally what most people do is someone owned a house and then put it on the market. You have about 30 days to close, so it's like just one thing after the other. And we haven't had that. It's actually been pretty chill. We've gotten to, and we started in April, I believe it was like April 12th. It was right after your birthday, April 10th, April 12th, somewhere in there. And we're barely in this phase. We've gotten some pre-approvals with their preferred lender, and we've been working with Rocket Mortgage, and since we're thinking November might be the completion time. As we get a little bit closer, we're going to be looking at some credit unions. We talked about some credit unions and getting them to compete against each other. When you read up on most of the stuff, you find out that although this is the biggest purchase in most people's lives, they don't shop around for different mortgage lenders. And that's where the majority of the cost savings is going to be. I mean, when you come in and you buy a builder home, so track homes or whatever, they've been called, you don't have much negotiating room in terms of the pricing. They sell pretty fast. I mean, as the houses became available, they did so many houses per release, they were just gone. So people were snatching them up, which left no room really for negotiation. But if you can save money on closing costs or interest rates, PMI, I mean, there's so many different components to your mortgage that could end up saving you, $100, $200, whatever each month. It makes a big difference. So we're looking at a $2,000 credit for using this lender. Rocket Mortgage is saying that they'll do a $5,000 credit, but their interest rate structure is a little different. So you have to consider all of the variables at the end of the day. So essentially, we're going to be interlacing our videos with where we're at with that process, but that's going to come later.
And it's our first home. So it's definitely going to be a learning experience regardless of whether it was a new build or it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be an adventure. It's going to be fun. It should be fun. I'm hoping it's fun.
So when you've forgotten all about it and you want to reference it, here it is. Here's video number 1.